The Fillmore Central Falcons are getting ready for the sectional semifinals. They defeated Hayfield in round number one of the sections 48-14 on Tuesday night. Head coach Chris Mensink joining us. And Chris, what were the takeaways from Tuesday night?
Yeah, I thought our on the short turnaround, our kids is in the preparation over break. You could tell they really put some time in the film room. I thought, it was a very, very clean game. Outside of the first series, we ended up they came out in a defense, man across the board and brought a lot of pressure, and we didn't do a great job protecting it right away, but cleaned that up very quickly. And I thought offensively we were very efficient. Defensively, through three quarters, I think it's about as good as we've played all season long. We were pretty gap sound. I thought our defensive line really controlled the line of scrimmage. Hayfield's got some large individuals. They're juniors up front there that there's some big linemen there that do a real good job. So very happy with that. I thought our linebackers with their keys and reaction was about as good as it's been. They were downhill and right in the right position. And I think all of our gaps were taken care of. And on the back end, our defensive backfield really did a good job. We had one pick, but I think we had three or four other balls in our hands that could have been. So, very, very happy with the overall effort in all three phases.
And you talked about the efficiency on offense. You've proven that you can run the ball and pass the ball very well throughout the course of the season. It was more of the passing game that got you the yardage the other night. What allowed that to click?
Well, I think that's the way Hayfield was playing us. They brought seven, eight guys all the time in the run game, and they were bringing a lot of pressure. I think our offensive line did an amazing job of creating a good pocket and with our protection most of the night. And we were given a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and our guys won those one-on-ones, and that's where the passing yardage came in. That's kind of what the hand we were dealt and what we were forced to do, and I think our kids executed that very well.
And you touched on the film study from the other night. Did that film study allow your kids to play with just that much more confidence?
Yeah, I think that does. The more prepared you are, I think as they see it, as it's in front of you, the more you see it, the game slows down a little bit for you, and you can pick up on some of those tendencies that allows your kids to play fast and relaxed, and that's such an important piece. Like I tell our kids, put that on the screen, read your key, and then just react to it, even as you're sitting in your chair. Which way you're going? What's your reaction going to be to that movement? And I think our kids are really, really honing into that at this point of the season.
And how are you managing this week of preparation? Granted, you're used to it. You've gone deep the last few years with great regularity, but this Tuesday to Saturday turnaround, how do you manage that practice wise this week?
Yeah, normally it's a Monday practice for us after a game. We don't usually go outside much after the weekend. We do a lot of film study and we lift. This week with 3 days to prepare, we went outside right away. It's important, we were lucky in the fact that, a lot of our starters played about a half of the game. So trying to manage that and getting out to an early quick lead was important for us. So you can kind of rest some of those guys. So the toll on their body in that quick turnaround is a little less, but it's still a physical football game. It's a physical game, and we went outside, and you could tell the kids were sore. So we did some movement activities to get some of that soreness out, and then introduce some concepts that we want to focus on for Blooming this Saturday, and then went in the film room so they could see it there too. So we want to put them in that position. Now we want to show it to them on film. Tonight will be a big introduction, and we will go through everything tonight and film that practice, and then make some tweaks. Watch that film tonight, see if there's anything we want to adjust, and then make those tweaks tomorrow night so we're ready for Saturday morning. So, yeah, it's definitely a quick turnaround, but I think that's it's doable, and that's the way we approach it.
And when you look at this sectional tournament, it's setting up kind of the way your regular season set up. Your week one opponent, Hayfield, your section first round, Hayfield. Week two opponent, Blooming Prairie. Your section second round opponent, Blooming Prairie. Kind of weird how it works out, but what are you expecting out of the Awesome Blossoms?
Well, they've got a physical up, they're physical as well up front. We match up very well. They got a great quarterback in that Kittleson who runs the ball very well, and he's got quite an arm. He can throw it 40, 50 yards across the field. So yeah, definitely a lot of things to prepare for. We've obviously got a lot of film on them. They have a lot of film on us, and we expect that it's going to be a great ball game.
It was a shootout the first go around. You expecting the same thing this week?
Well, I think both offenses are very potent. Yeah, they are. Defensively, we're going to have to do a better job in some things to try to contain. When you're game planning, you try to take away the best things they do and force them to do things that maybe they're not as comfortable with. So, hopefully, that the game plan that we institute this week will do some of that for us, and our kids will be ready for that challenge this week.
How much different of a football team are you since week number two? How much different is Blooming Prairie since week number two?
Well, I think, the way we understand it, there's a few guys that they have that are a little banged up. I feel like we're healthy at this point of the year. I think that's definitely an advantage. You want to have healthy guys. Um, but I think, the experience is the best teacher. We told our kids in film the other day, okay, you seniors you're now super seniors. Juniors, you're now seniors. Sophomores, you're now juniors, and we don't have any freshmen left on this team in football preparation as far as you've been through this season. So you have that experience behind you. Experience is the best teacher. As we look at that week two film, there was definitely some issues with us the way we were lining up. There was definitely issues in some of our technique. So those things have definitely we've focused on and honed in on and improved on throughout the season. There's as do they, right? Everybody gets better. So yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup.
I'm guessing I can all but guarantee it won't be a boring game coming up on Saturday. But hopefully, you guys can reverse that result from week number two. Keep your kids healthy. We wish best of luck, and hopefully, we have an opportunity to chat again next week, Coach.
Sounds great. Appreciate it, Darren.
Chris Mensink, head coach of the Fillmore Central Falcons. Fillmore Central and Blooming Prairie in the sectional semifinal on Saturday.